What is up, everyone? Good morning to the best family on YouTube. Good morning, everyone. So, today's video is for the people who like to roleplay. Here's tips, tricks, and some things about roleplay. Okay? I am gonna be a little brutally honest. I have not made, but I do know a little bit about roleplay. So the whole role-playing idea. Now this is on Xbox One, PS3, PS4, PC, like 5, and this is for like every person's dream, right? So the main idea for roleplay is this is coming from a cops and crooks kind of theme. So the main idea about this really is about you have to follow the traffic laws, do all that. It depends on from server to server. The servers that I always played in, you couldn't fly helicopter, you couldn't fly jets. Okay, no weaponized vehicles. Okay. If you have weapons on, you have to take the weapons off. You have to follow the law. This is practically like real life. Now, some roleplay servers I've been a part of, you have to have an age limit. Now, mine is also a age limit as well. Okay. So the age limit for ours is like 13. The age limit for ours is like 13 and above. So 13 is the bare minimum, which is, good, and it also is bad. Some roleplay servers you have Discord, some you have like TeamSpeak, some you have different things. You also have a CAD. In some servers, we have a CAD that we use. We have a roster for the civs. We have a roster for the cops. We have a roster for everything. We even have a car. What certain people can drive. Honestly, that's just the basics. Now, the main thing about it is you don't want to be killing someone just because you can. A lot of people, you will get banned for being on that server, if you will. You will get banned because you did a random deathmatch or a VDM, which is a vehicle deathmatch as well. You don't want to do that. So, besides of making this thing that you can't roleplay is dumb, you can't do anything, you're just going about it all wrong. The main thing about roleplay is you have to follow the rules of the server. Mine are a little more lenient because I've been there. You have the strict rules, you have the strict staff. The staffing on mine, yes, they're more lenient because we don't have the numbers of people. But the thing about roleplay is, guess what? You could do whatever the hell you want. You want to run from the cops? You could do that. But the biggest thing I've seen is people are getting banned because they are fail RP. Fail RPing is different from server to server. This is my server. But the majority of servers, you go off of a jump in your car, and you are in a car that is not made for jumping. Do not go off of a jump, and you think you're gonna live, you are not. That's fail RP. So if you drive off in, let's say, the Supra, this car, let's say if you jump off of a bridge and you drive off, that's fail RP. What else? There's tons of things that from server to server is different. But this is mainly from LSPDRP's side. This is my servers. Mainly what we do for fail RP is we give you two strikes. Okay, 2 strikes and you're out. So usually, if someone fail RPs, we'll tell them, hey, you just fail RP'd. You did a random deathmatch or whatever it is. You have VDM, which is also something you're not supposed to do in some roleplay servers. Some are more lenient. Mine, you can steal cop cars. Some you can't. If the vehicle door is shut, that is locked. 5M, you have the lock script. 5M, you have more lenient. You have to be strict with all this, so I understand. So, the Xbox One, the console says stuff. Okay? You can't be just driving down the road and go, oh, I'm gonna smash into a car like I just did and I'm gonna run away. You can't do that. You have to role play the scenario out. Okay? You can't just skip a scene because, oh, well, the cop's being a total punk about it. No, you actually have to role play it out. There is certain occasions where you can run. If the cop got you on some dumb crap, you can run. You can. But this is my server. This isn't for everyone's. But I played on a lot of servers where some of the rules are just stupid. So some of the rules are like you can't have window tint. Okay, in real life that's just a fix-it ticket. You can't drive a supercar. I kind of agree. And the biggest one that I've seen is you can't have a motorcycle. The biggest thing I've seen. You can't drive a motorcycle? But what if I want to do an MC roleplay? Or what if I want to do like a military kind of theme for the roleplay? No, you can't do that. It has to stay cops and civs. It has to stay that way. And roleplay gets a bad rap because that's a rule that the server made. Okay, you just can't buy something without the server owner. You can't just buy something without the admin knowing about it. Okay? So, let's say you're a drug dealer in a scenario where, oh, I want to roleplay. Okay, I'll just be a drug dealer. In some servers, you have to talk about it. You have to talk to the owner about it, and you have to have a certain amount of cops on to do that. And it's just like, no, why? Where is that at? So also, I've also seen you can't run from the police 24/7. Okay, I get it. That's why they invented a that's called strict. Okay, that's like safe mode for the police when they're getting tired of dealing with priorities 24/7. So they call it a no priority. Meaning you can't run from the police. Is all it means. But I've also seen servers where they have enough police on where it doesn't matter if you run or not. They have enough people. But, this is a video for the people who do not know anything about roleplay. And I've been in roleplay long enough where I've done them all. I've done a hood RP, I've done military, I've done MC, did story base. And honestly, the servers that I've been a part of were all crap. I mean, it was ran by a 12-year-old or 13-year-old. And those were not good, honestly. And you do have some people out here that are like, well, he is so-and-so, and he's not really a good owner, and so-and-so, and blah, blah, blah. Honestly, if you want to run a server, like an actual Xbox One or 5M server, make sure you have the people first. Make sure you have the people on that is willing to take the risk and going, you know what, I do want to do that. I want to roleplay. Xbox One, it's a little more easier, but at the same time, it's not. Okay, I don't have the community anymore like I used to. I used to run a Xbox 360 server 24/7. There's always someone in and out of that roleplay. It was a cops vs Civ roleplay, and I was the owner of it, so we had a community about it, and it was always fun, you know. And something about that roleplay was unique. You could have done whatever you wanted. You could have basically done whatever you wanted. You know, you could fly the freaking Titan from Sandy Shores to LSIA if you really wanted to, or you can bomb someone. If you had beef with them and the cops weren't doing anything about it, you can blow the guy up because you had beef. And you had gang wars, you know, you had Bloods versus, you know, the blue and red, or you had the Lost MC versus the Vagos, or the Ballas versus the Vagos, or the Families versus the Vagos, or whatever it is. Okay, you had that. And if someone needed priority over the police, you know, the guy would go, hey, I need you guys for a scenario, would you hold off of all of this? And a lot of the time that we did that, it was fun. Everyone had nothing but compliments. It was never negative, and it was always uplifting. And a lot of people who sat there and said, you know what, most of your role plays stalled, or at the time it was stalled. I wasn't a YouTuber back then. But a lot of them said the roleplays that you guys create are just way more fun. And it's kind of unique that you guys are doing this, and it's a full-blown community. And every time I do that, every time I make a post now, it's like, ew, cops and civs, ew, that's no fun, ew, blah, blah, blah. It's nasty. And then you got people like me who are just like, I want to do that because it's easy. But then you got the people who want to do story-based, and they want a community about it. And that's kind of where I'm at. And I want to do story-based roleplays because then, if you guys want to see that, I mean, I will do that if you guys do want to see that. But the majority of roleplays now are just toxic. You know, after, you know, an hour to 2 hours in, everyone gets bored of, well, I want to do an RDM. I want to 1v1 someone just because I can. Okay, that's a random deathmatch. You can't do that in most servers. You can't. So then, you know, I got to talking to this one dude. I was like, so what makes a good roleplay server? And he said this, and I quote, what makes a good roleplay server is the people who are inside of it following the rules. And this is on 5M, of course. He's like, it doesn't matter about the modders. It doesn't matter who's killing who. As long as everyone's having fun, it doesn't matter. That's what makes a good roleplay. And I got to talk, and I was like, well, I have a bunch of civs in mind, and they're all following the rules. It's fun. It was easy. And of course, we were on YouTube at the time, on 5M. We were on YouTube. And one of the YouTube, I'm not going to mention names, but the YouTuber who said, this is fun. The civs are doing what they're supposed to. The admins are stepping in, taking people aside and going, hey, that's not alright. They're giving chances besides of giving them the ban wave and going, you know what, ban this guy, ban that guy, ban. They weren't doing that. And that's my server. Not to hype my own server or nothing, but that is my server that he was talking about. And I've ran it the same way as I've always ran it. You know, I've got Highway, I got Sheriff, I got Los Santos PD if I want it. You know, I have all these things just waiting for the community to go, you know what, I'm in. But if you guys did like this kind of content, you know, it is for the role-playing based community. And I know that's not my community, but if you do have someone that likes to roleplay, you know, you have servers on Xbox, you got servers on 5M, you got servers on PS4 and PS5. You know, you have a lot of things to your ability, and a lot of people aren't just taking advantage of them. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next one. As always, keep moving forward, keep your head up, and it don't matter what you're doing. 3 times a day, not 3 times a day, 3 times a week. I will see you guys in the next one. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.